Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 19. I'm absolutely having a blast with this game, I really am. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I'm just going to go and pick up that bale down there by our house, and then we're going to get some more of the bales from the field behind the house, and we take those up to the barn and we're going to sell them. So we're getting a reasonable amount of cash each time. For those of you who are interested in what's happening with like my system controls and everything, I'm recording this on Thursday, same day as I recorded yesterday's episode, so it's not been a great deal in the way of updates. I did see that the Ursus bale wrapper has been released between recording the last episode and recording this one. However, I haven't actually installed it. I've not got that one on yet. When I came back into the game, I did have to readjust the sensitivity and the dead zone on my two pedals, which is axes 11 and 12 for me, which is the bottom right hand corner of the two axes settings that are under the main menu before you come into the map. I'm hoping that'll be fixed at some point, but I mean, it really is a minor detail. It takes 5 seconds to go in and click a couple of buttons a couple times. I changed the dead zone down to from 14 down to 10%. So there's a double click on that, and then I changed the sensitivity setting from 100% to 200%. So just click downwards by 1, and it switches it from 100 all the way up to 200 in one click. So it's literally just like 5-10 seconds as I'm jumping into the game, and this game loads considerably faster than FS17 ever did for me. So overall, I'm still saving time, even though I'm doing that. So it is a minor it is an inconvenience. I'm not saying it's not an inconvenience, and it is a bit frustrating. I'm hoping that it is going to be fixed, but at the moment, it's nothing particularly serious. When I got into the game, I still had the issue where I couldn't get out of the cab, but not on all of them, only on some of the vehicles, and I went back into the controls, and I found that one of them had been remapped. The ones that do that, it had remapped itself onto the steering wheel as well. I remember I'd removed that one from the steering wheel and I just had it on the keyboard. Well, it remapped itself back onto the steering wheel again. So I'm guessing that some of them do sort of auto put themselves onto the steering wheel, and that's one of the things that I know they're looking at and trying to solve. That bit aside, and it might also be because I'm doing some, the garage tour. It may also be because I'm doing that one without a steering wheel. So I'm coming into the game without a steering wheel on, and then I'm going back into the game again with the steering wheel on. So that's also possibly throwing it into confusion. I know that the axis settings at the very beginning that I first talked about, that's not to do with me disconnecting from the game. That's doing it whether the steering wheel is there or not. It's just resetting it. But this other one about getting out of the vehicle, I don't know about that one. For scrolling in and out, I've not had that one. I deleted the binding that was also on the steering wheel, and that stayed deleted. There's no binding on that one now. It hasn't remapped itself or anything like that. So that one's absolutely fine. There's no issues with that one at all. Yeah, other than that, there's nothing really new to report, because, like I say, I'm still recording this. I'm recording this the same day that I did yesterday's episode, so there's a little bit on that. I did say in yesterday's episode that I was going to see how many bales that we'd done in yesterday's episode, and then I completely forgot to go and have a look at it. I did remember after I finished recording. I may remember to pop it on in a subtitle in there, but in case I didn't, it was 44 bales. We did 44 bales of straw this time round, and we've got 4 of them now. So I'll just go and get 2 more of them right there. I'm just wondering how many we should keep. Whether we should keep any at all, because we're going for cows and sheep here. Not very many people said pigs. I literally had like 1, maybe 2 people ask for pigs this time round. So pigs will leave for another series, I think, or at least much later in this series. But yeah, I didn't have very many requests for pigs at all. Mostly it was cows and sheep. So we're going to go sheep first, and then we'll go for the cows, and we can look at pigs way down the line. There is a tree stump in the middle of that underbrush over there that we've got to try and take out. So we're going to need a stump grinder. I've still got a tree that I've chopped down over there. There's another one that I want to chop down as well. And we're going to need to... We've got other trees that I want to take out. There is quite a little bit of work that I want to do around here. Like in the way of removing some trees out of the way, enlarging some fields and things like that. That's the next thing that we're going to be working on. Once we've got these bales out of the way, I figure that would be the best next thing to do, is to go and start enlarging the fields, moving stuff around. First priority has got to be removing any trees that are in the way. We'll probably have to sell the chicken pen in order to be able to move it. But then I figure that we can like start to plan where we're going to place things. We've got a cattle pen that we need to put down somewhere, and we've also got a sheep pen that we want to put down somewhere as well. So we've got to find the space for them, as well as the money in order to put them down. And that's why I'm wanting to go sheep first, because they're quite a bit cheaper. If we look in here, cow pasture is 100,000, whereas the small sheep one is 65. It's quite a bit of difference between them. We can have 80 sheep in that enclosure, and then the small cow pasture there, we can have 50 cows. That's quite a bit, actually. I don't think we're going to need to worry about the large one there with 200. That's more a time-lapse type situation, I think. A chicken coop, we can get 100 chickens in here, and then the large one, we can go, wow, 400 chickens. So I'd like to expand also with the chicken coop, but I want to move it first, so I think we're going to have to sell the chickens before we can move the chicken coop. Or you can't move it. You've got to sell it and then replace it down. So we'll do that. I'm not quite sure how we're going to do it yet. I'm still umming and ahhing about how we're going to do that. But we can end up losing a little bit of money on it. But I mean, that's why I'm liking these bales, that they are getting us a little bit of extra. Let's race back over the field a second. Get our next load of 8. Let's unfold here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm thinking that we sell all of these. We go for a full load of 8, and we'll make it up to another load of 8 with some of those bales over there, because the horses aren't using that much. And at the moment, I'm not planning to get more than the 2 horses. I will take Tyree out for another little bit of a gallop, so that we can, you know, just get some more of his daily riding percentage done. See if that makes any difference to anything. And hopefully then we'll be able to have a go with selling the horse. And we wanted to compare what the difference is between the two once you've got one that's done no exercise at all and you've got one that has done a load of exercise. So there's another little comparison that we want to run on it there. We just fold that one up there like that, and we can run this next. I'm going to go along a road this time, just see if it's any quicker going this way rather than up across our fields. I don't imagine there's going to be a huge amount of difference between the two, but there may be a little bit. Where is it? We're going to go on past field 23, and then we turn up from there, by the look of it. Oh, the other thing, now that the Ursus mod has come out, I don't know if Giants mods are easily alterable like normal mods are, or if Giants mods are done slightly different. But if anybody could let me know, that would be really cool. Has anybody tried playing around with any of them yet? I am very keen to get hold of the Ursus Bale wrapper with the same changes that were made to it last time round. You know what I'm talking about, those of you who've watched previously. Very keen to get hold of one of those into the game as soon as possible. So if anybody is able to do it yet with the mod that has been put out, that would be fantastic. That would be genuinely, genuinely fantastic. Now, Dave Davidson, who previously did it for me, that earned him a place in the Great Book of Names. So if anybody else would particularly like to earn a place in the Great Book of Names by doing something like that, by all means, here is your chance. Make me my mod, make me my altered mod, and also contact me if there's anything you need in order to make that task a little bit easier for you. Let me know and I'll do what I can. Am I indicating? Oh, I am. I'm still indicating from down the bottom. It used to have an auto cancel, but I don't know if the auto cancel was a mod or if it was just part of the base game. I'm not sure. So, yeah. If anybody is able to make that change, those of you who are long-term fans of the channel, you know what I'm talking about. I don't want to say too much about it, because I'd like it to kind of be a bit of a surprise as well, just if we can do this. But it will earn you a place in the Great Book of Names as well. That's about all I can offer, I'm afraid. A little bit of publicity if you want it, and a place in the Great Book of Names. But I think that would be absolutely spectacular. If we could see that once again, but see it here in FS19 this early on, that would be quite a stunning achievement, I feel. I really do. I think that would be a genuine achievement that would be worth celebrating. That would be very, very cool. Bring this one up here like this, and put you in like that. Right. And then on round a little bit further. So we just got the last load of bales here. Get these loaded up very quickly and get these done. And then we're going to take the horse out for a bit of a ride. And get that one done. And this field here, we're going to expand this field. We will cut down some of those trees. This is less of a priority for doing any expansion or anything like that. And I'm going to keep that one down for a minute as we come out this way. We're not going to remove those trees there. We've got a tree over there that we still need to cut down. And then there's a bit more that we need to cut up in regards to those trees over there. And then we'll have 3 stumps that we want to remove. Once we've done that bit, then we can see about removing the chicken pen and moving some other stuff around as well. I'll bring that one up to there. We've got these 3 bales here. That's going to leave us 4 bales. I think that'll be enough. The horses aren't going through the straw very fast. There's only 2 of them. It's not like they're not going to go through straw particularly quickly. Plus, we've also got a bit of straw in the pen anyway. And let me have a look here under animals. So our chickens right now, they're 94% productivity because of that. We've got 66 litres of eggs right there. What I don't know is how many litres does it tell us? Right, oh, that's my steering wheel. If I do that, it just says pick up object. It doesn't actually say how many we've got. I want to find out how many we've got. Once we come back and we get more chickens, we're going to sell all of these, and then we're going to get some more. I'm thinking that we just go for... Well, actually, no. If we're going to get a load more, maybe we could do this a bit different. I don't know. I was thinking of maybe just going for 1 colour chicken, and it would just make it a bit easier on here to see what we're doing. Excuse me. See what we're doing with it. I'm not sure about that. We'll get to that. Let's go and take this lot of bales over here and sell them a minute. At the moment, I'm wondering how I should go about selling those trees that we're going to be cutting down. We've got one that's cut down that needs to just be cleaned off a little bit, I think. But then we've also got one more tree that we want to cut. And there are going to be more trees further along that we're going to want to cut. We don't need to worry about them just yet. I'm thinking that maybe we could lease a trailer, the logging trailer. I know that I looked at the logging trailer in the garage thing, and I'm very impressed with it, actually. And it did take me a minute or 2 to get used to how the crane now works. But I am very impressed with the improvements that they've made to the crane and the controls for the crane, and also for the tree harvesters as well. It's much, much easier to use them. And this is making me think that I want to go and at least try out the crane and see how that works in-game here. I think that could be something that's worth doing. But before we do that, there was another thing that I wanted to do, and that was possibly make some silage. So if we're going to make silage, we wouldn't be able to do it with... I don't want to make a clamp or anything like that. I was thinking bales of silage. So in order to be able to do that, we're going to need mowers, and we're going to need a rake, and we've already got the baler, and we're going to need a wrapper. We would be leasing all of that machinery. This one here has been leased, so this one could go back. In fact, I'm actually thinking that I'm going to unhitch that one right there, and I'm going to pull forwards. Oh no, if I'm using the trailer in order to do some of the other stuff, I might be going up there anyway. So this one can stay here, just for a minute. Tell you what. There's our train. I didn't want to be... we're not supposed to have switched... Oh, no, I switched to trains going on one of the other ones, so that's why I'm switching to trains at the moment. So we'll just leave that one going. And let's not worry about that for a minute. Let's go to you. And we get that one. I'll put this one onto the fertilizer spreader just to move that fertilizer spreader out of the way. Now, the field behind this shed right here, we can't really do a great deal with that field at the moment. I want to make the field bigger. That is one of the things that I would like to do. However, in order to make it bigger, we really want to remove the trees that are further up. And I think that's got to take a lower priority than what we're doing right now at the moment. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to leave that one on there. And then we're going to switch over to this tractor here. This tractor, I'm going to put the cultivator on it. And I'm going to start cultivating that field back there so that it is ready for planting. And I'm going to plant that with grass. So then we've got the grass on the field as itself. But we can also go and cut some of the grass up around the trees a little bit further up. And we should be able to get ourselves quite a good crop of silage off of there. Which we can then go and get the wrapper and everything else that we want. And wrap it all up and do everything that we need to do. The mower, I don't know about the mower at the moment. We may buy a mower. I don't know what we're going to be like in the way of money for such a thing. But I'm thinking we'll be able to buy a mower and lease the... Well, buy a mower and maybe buy a... Oh, I don't know. That's going to start to get expensive, isn't it? Let's just put the hired help going on here for a minute. Here we go. Just make sure that it goes past the house okay. It's not going to try and turn around early on the house. And so long as it does, we'll leave this one working here in this field. And we will go and grab our other tractor over there. Yep, that's going to be fine. Right, we've got the New Holland there. I'm not going to go again because it will jump me onto the train. I don't want to do that. Go back here onto the fence. Like this. There we go. I hit you on. And then we'll head off. So we're not going to get like huge logs for going onto the logging trailer by doing this. But we are going to get a couple, obviously, from the main trunk. And that's the bit that I wanted to look at. Those of you who don't like watching the garage tour because it's too messy and I'm not doing anything even vaguely realistic on there, you're going to love the changes with the crane. Well, at least I think you will. Personally, I do. I don't have two joysticks and I've never bothered to map the joystick to it. But I am starting to wonder if I would actually be able to map the joystick onto the crane without having to make any significant changes. I wouldn't have to like add in any buttons or anything like that. I'd be able to do it all on one joystick and I wouldn't need two. It's going to be a little bit different to using like a regular crane arm because the FS17, FS15, the crane arms were done pretty much the same as a real-life crane arm. They have changed that slightly, so you've got this like auto-leveling system. Now, I don't know if this is something new with some types of crane arms somewhere, but I really don't know. Maybe it is, I doubt it, but I genuinely, I don't know. But it works. Whatever. It does work, okay? That's the important thing right here, is that it's almost like magic. It really is. They've gone from a machine that I hated the most, that I would try once. I tried it once, maybe twice in FS15, once, maybe twice in FS17. Absolutely hated it with a genuine, solid passion in both. I really did. I detested using those crane arms. Never used them again. I used auto-load logging trailers, or I didn't bother doing logging at all. I despised the crane arms. And now I've gone and I've tried it out, and I'm thinking, you know what? This is actually something that I could see myself using, and not genuinely hating passionately, so much so that it ruins the game for me. I hate using those ones in FS17, right? Seriously, I rage quit off the game. Trying to use those things and getting the logs into the trailers and stuff, it genuinely makes me rage quit. And there isn't much in this game that makes me rage quit, apart from that. Now, I did only try it with a bale. I didn't actually try picking up any logs. So it could be different. We could have a different experience altogether with logs. But I don't know. We'll see. So there's your wood configuration. There's a bale configuration there. You can go and pick the bales up with it. But the way that the crane arm on here works, it also does exactly the same with any of the other cranes, and also with like the Ponzi Scorpion and stuff like that. They all work the same way. So they've completely revamped the way that it does it. So I want to go to that one and release that for $4,320. There we go. And we want to come out of there like that. And there is our crane arm that we're going to be using for a bit. And all it's basically, it's got a self-leveling type thing. Go and watch my garage tour from yesterday, and you will understand a bit more about what I'm talking about. It is difficult to explain until you go and try it. If you've got the game already, try it out, because my goodness me, it's absolutely phenomenal. It really is. It's genuinely incredible, the difference that it has made. I cannot get over how thrilled and delighted I am with this change. It is so significant to me. It really is. It's such a major improvement. Like, properly, it's genuine, a game-changing improvement that they have made. And it's only like it does seem like a small adjustment. I mean, I'm guessing it uses like a different type of, whether it was even possible in the last one, or they've just looked at it and they've thought, right, well, we need to recode this from the ground up, and that's what they've done. But whatever, I don't care. Right now, I know that it works, and it is just beautiful. It's like poetry in motion. It really is. It's amazing, and I can't wait to get this one back there and show you. You need to come in just over here. So where are we going to go? So we got this big chunk of land here that was like raised up when we tried to put the water tank in. And I'm wondering if there's something that we'll be able to do at some point that will alter that. Maybe remove some of that great big lump of land right there. I mean, we may be able to do a little bit ourselves. I believe there are mods that are coming. Mods that are being created very, very quickly and rapidly in order to be able to alter some of that and make life a little bit easier for everybody. We're going to get to there. And now we can have a look at this. Now, one of the greatest things about something that you're really looking forward to is the anticipation. So, while we anticipate a little bit more, I'm going to go and ride the horse for a bit, because he needs a little bit more exercise. Yes, I know I'm being unnecessarily cruel to anybody and everybody, just because I can. That is my prerogative. I am allowed to. I'm the one behind the steering wheel. Well, actually, I'm the one behind the reins right now. You were supposed to go through the gate. Somebody wanted me to leave the gate open and find out if the horses will actually wander off in the night or anything like that if we leave the gate open. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to leave the gate open, and we're going to find out if these horses are well behaved or not. My parents used to have a horse, and it used to belong to a riding stable, and then they had it for a while, and it was a very intelligent horse. And then it went on, I think they got it from the riding stable because they couldn't keep it at the riding stables anymore. It was either it went to the stables afterwards, then it became a nuisance, or it was before they got it. But basically, what would happen is that this horse, at night time, would let itself out of its own stable. And then it would go along and it would let out all the other horses from their stables as well. And so then the owners would come along and they would find every single horse that they owned wandering around outside, because Dandy, the horse that we had gone and let all of them out. So then they had to start trying to dandy-proof the stables. And they did. They had to go around and had to dandy-proof all of the stables. And it wasn't an easy task. They thought, oh, well, we'll just quickly do something like this. And no, he managed to figure that out in a very short space of time, and then went round and let all the horses out again. And they did. It took them a long time to make sure every pen was dandy-proof. And they did that as well. They didn't just dandy-proof his, because just in case he managed to get out, they made it difficult for him to open all the others. But eventually they managed to do it. But yeah, so we had a horse that would let not only himself out, regardless of whether the gate was shut or not, he'd let all the other horses out as well, which I thought was absolutely hilarious. It's absolutely brilliant. So they had to go and dandy-proof all of these different, all of the stables to prevent the other horses from being able to escape. When Dandy came along and did his thing. Let's just run Tyree here. He must, hang on, let's just have a look at Tyree. His daily riding percentage is now at 100%. So we're going to bring him back in here like that. And if you jump off when you're in the pen, it just automatically drops him straight back in. We go up to him like this and press F1 there. You can see hand tool right there. Ooh, okay. Like that. I want to brush him. Like that. Next hand tool. No. I'm thinking that's probably not the hand tool that we want to be using when dealing with poor little Tyree. And no, actually, I draw the line at that. I'm not going to see if we can butcher a horse with a chainsaw. That is not the sort of thing that I feel we really want to be watching. Feel free to go and try it out. If Giants have added in some kind of horrific result of chainsaw versus horse, I'm going to be bitterly disappointed with them, it must be said. But I'm not, I'm not even going to attempt it. I'm going to suggest that such a thing should be done. So, what we've got at the moment is Tyree has got 100% daily riding, and his conditioning and everything is all the way up to maximum. Tech Lime over here has 0% riding, and they are both on the same value at the moment. I'm thinking at midnight that is going to change, and the relative values are going to alter. So what I want to do now is I want to go to the chainsaw, and I want to cut that one down off of there, like that. I know I said I really didn't like the chainsaw. I am actually starting to get used to the chainsaw a little bit more now, and I don't find it quite so jarring as I did previously. I think it's going to... It's one of those things, this one, that I don't consider to be an improvement. I just consider it to be a change, and that's about it. So that's all... I'm not... Oh, backyard gardener, cultivate 1 hectare. It's quite good that I can do that without actually being anywhere near the tractor. So yeah, it's a change with the chainsaws. I don't think it's an improvement. Starting to think it's not necessarily a step backwards either. Although I am still very conscious of the fact that if I try and do this with the time-lapse, it is going to be absolutely horrific to look at. It genuinely is. It's going to be awful. We'll worry about that when the time comes. There we go. Just get rid of that bit. So I've got some smaller logs over here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move the smaller logs first, like this, and I'm going to make a little stack of those up there so that they're out the way. And we'll maybe try something else with picking those up and moving them. We might put them onto a different trailer. I'm not quite sure yet. But they can all go over there. And then I'm going to use this one up here for moving the bigger logs that we can't actually pick up. So like this one here, this can come over here as well, and I'll drop that one down. That one can stay there. And then that one there, I can't pick up. That one, I should be able to pick up. No, I can't actually. I can't pick that one up. So if I go here a minute and I cut that one off there, and then I'll also do that there. I'll take these and bring you and drop you down there like that. And I'll do the same with this one. I don't know how, I don't know if we've got a stronger grip in here. I haven't actually tested that yet. You know, when you... Right. I can't pick that one up. It's just not letting me. It's just not... Again, it doesn't give you that message, but it doesn't let you pick it up either. So that one there, we can pick up. There, right. And then... The grip seems to be kind of similar to what it was last time. It's not going to allow you to go shoving machines around or anything like that. It's reasonably realistic, I would say, in that respect. So right here, I want one last cut, which is going to be there. Cut that through, and then I think it's actually going to be about it. We'll jump onto the crane then, and we'll test this bad boy out thoroughly, picking up these items. We've got some quite heavy logs here. We've got some big-ish logs as well. So I want to jump onto there, and the first thing that we want to do is I go to F1 like this. Right, now the control group, this is very difficult to see, okay? This is one thing that I don't like, and I would like it to be a little bit clearer. If I press G right now, you've got the different control group. You've got a very microscopic little 1 up there to show that it's the first control group. And there is another microscopic one. Although it does say down the bottom, control group support arm 2 and crane 1. If I remove that, and I've got it up there, the only indication I've got is a tiny, tiny number right up in the top left-hand corner. And that, to me, is a little bit of a step backwards. I don't like that. It's too small. I cannot make it out very thoroughly at all. So it does make life a lot more difficult. I mean, yes, I can do it with a quick sort of test. So I want to put down a stabilizing feet like that, and then we can switch back over. And now I'm going to remove the map so that we can see things a little bit more clearly. Now, is no longer pressing the left button and dragging it downwards to lift up the crane arm, okay? The right mouse button lifts the crane arm up and down. So I'm going to press the right mouse button right there. And you can see what it's doing is it's automatically keeping that on a straight vertical axis. Like there. I'm just lifting it straight up and down. It's adjusting the machine in and out. It's adjusting the boom length according to keeping that straight. Right? It's not doing anything else. That's all it's doing. Okay, that's all done automatically. So I bring it up to that level, and then I use the left mouse button, and I'm exactly the same motion. I'm moving the mouse up and down. So move the mouse up like that, and I'm moving the mouse down like that. And it's doing its absolute best to keep that on a horizontal axis without adjusting from that at all. Like that. Okay, and then up and down is doing the same. It's doing its best to keep it on that level. You don't have lots and lots of mouse movements anymore. This, ultimately, once we get used to using this, is going to make our lives so much easier. This is a significant improvement. In order to move the crane arm round, that is mouse sideways. There's left mouse button, and then just move the mouse side to side. So that is the only couple of controls that you need. Most of it is very, very straightforward. So we'll put that one all the way out like that. Got the longest reach on it. Both mouse buttons together are still the swivel and close on that. So I've brought it out over to there. I'll bring it over this way a little bit. And yeah, that's looking pretty good. So then we're going to... Now, this is the bit. I wanted to lower it down. I was going for the left mouse button. I am still used to the other controls. So it's going to take a little while to transition between the two. But now I'm getting used to it. So I put that one down like that. And then both mouse buttons and pull down the mouse with both mouse buttons engaged. And then I'm going to just start dragging it back towards me like this because it's quite heavy. Okay, so it did let go of that one, but it didn't have, it didn't seem to have a very strong grip on that. So let's zoom out a little bit. We've got a nice bit of zoom out on the logging trailer as well. So you've got a really good field of view on this, and so you should be able to get it in a position where you can see it. Because again, that's another frustration sometimes with the logging arms, is trying to get everything lined up. But I mean, it is it's just so much easier to use this than it was previously. It really is. And yeah, I'm still, the minor adjustments, I'm still trying to use the old controls, and I'm having to stop myself from doing that. It's feeling weak. The grip there, where I'm trying to, close that one underneath that log, it's feeling like it's not gripping it as well as it could. So I want to lift that one up. See, it's not gripping hold of that at all. So that log is struggling to pick that log up. So obviously we've got a slight issue there with that one. Right, so now I want to just move it back a bit. So I just want to drag the mouse button down a little bit, and then we want to move it over sideways a bit, and over to there. Put you down, drop you in place, and then we try and do that. Right, twisting it around a little bit in the hope that maybe that will give it a stronger grip. Doesn't seem to at the moment. Try just rocking it back towards me a bit. Twist it. Right, it looks like what the issue here with this one at the moment is that it's just a little bit too heavy. I'm going to need to cut that in half in order to be able to pick that one up. This crane arm is not strong enough to be able to pick up such a heavy log. And that is another frustration for me with the crane arms in general. I've always found this to be really, really annoying, is the way that they don't grip. And I want them to. All I want is for them to just hold on to the thing that I'm trying to pick up. Right there. It's no way. It's not picking that up. It's just too heavy for it. So that's okay. We'll go within the parameters of what it's trying to tell us, and we will chop that one in half like that. Now that's a much smaller log. We're going to lose some money on this. I'm not happy about that. Well, I think we'll lose money. I'm pretty sure we still lose money on this. Let's go back onto here, and let's see if we can I want to at least get some of this loaded up. There we go. Open that one up and drop you down. Zoom out a little bit. There, now I can see. Okay, drop you down like that and close. Go on. You gonna pick it up now? Oh, I'm. You gotta be careful that you don't use the wrong controls. That's very heavy, isn't it? Let's try the other camera and see, because I do often find that this camera here is easier for me to use. So let me try that a minute. You can't alter the camera at all on this one. So we'll do that. And just move that forward a little bit like that. Lower you in place. And then pick you up like that. Right, so we use the right mouse button to pick you up. Left mouse button to bring you over. Left mouse button to drag you back down towards me. Right mouse button to lower you down like that. And open you up. Right, okay, so, well, that worked. That worked. We did get it on there. I want to put that one out like that. Yeah, it's... The whole depth of, you know, your whole depth perception issue does come into this a bit with the crane arms, whenever you're using this game anyway. Bring that one over there like that. Right. There we go. Right, now I can lower you down, and no. Yeah, see, if I switch the camera again, and then I can go out and have a look, I can't see right out to the end of it. Something that I can do, but I can't reach out that far, not to that last log. So we need to be beside the logs rather than trying to do them out the back like that. I think it would just make it life a little bit easier. Let me pull that one back in a minute like that, and then lower you down there. There we go. Right, now can I swing that one over there a little bit and close you up? No, that's definitely not going to work. It's trying to pick up two, and it's just going to drop them both. There's no way that's going to work. There's no way that's going to work either. Yes, I'm still sort of trying to use the previous controls, and that's probably causing me more trouble than any other aspect of this at the moment. Is that I'm still trying to use sometimes the old controls, and sometimes I'm remembering and I'm trying to use the new controls for like lifting and lowering it. But I think once I do actually get used to it, I'm standing. Yeah, see there. I'm the lifting and lowering is the different mouse button now. Once I've gotten used to this, it is look. This is an improvement. There's no denying that this is an improvement. It's just a question of me getting used to it. So I'll bring that over there like that, and then, oop, nope, like that, and then I just need to do this. I got to remember that I no longer need to actually physically adjust the boom extension. It's all automatic now. And then lower you down like that, and open you up. So there is another log into the trailer. It's not very tidy, it's not very smooth, but we have got another log into the trailer. And I think what we'll do is if I switch group a minute and lift that up, we'll jump out, we'll jump into the tractor here. We'll just try moving this around a little bit. If I can just put that one sort of sideways on, you can put straps on to lock these things in place. There we go. If we go, let's try going there a minute. Switch you off. And then go back over to here and lower that down like that. And then you press G to change your control group. Bring you out like that. And then right hand mouse button in order to just lower down. Move you, left mouse button to move sideways. Right mouse button to lower. Yeah, and then both mouse buttons together to grab. And then the right mouse button to lift. Left mouse button to bring that one over there. Both together to twist, as it used to be, and then lower that down. And now the left mouse button just to drag it back in there. And then we've released. Okay, look, see, I'm starting to get used to this. Give me a you know, a couple of episodes at least. Look, give me a little bit of time to get used to this, and I think that this is, I am now actually going to like it a bit more. It's still frustrating loading all the logs individually. I do still find it a frustrating experience. I am frustrated with this right now because it takes such a long time to do it, and I want to get a move on. I'm going to do other stuff. Although these types of trees, you're never able to, there was no short and easy method to do this. The only thing that we had was the Bruck's Big Daddy chipper, which is why I used that one all the time. And we just shred the trees. Just a quick shredding of the trees, and then everything was done, and I didn't need to worry about it. Let's grab that last one over there. Okay, so what do I need to do? I need to, oh, it's the, yep, there we go. Left mouse button. That one out there like that, and then swivel you round. Right mouse button to lower. Left mouse button, bring you back into the middle of it a little bit like that, and then right mouse button, lower down. Both of them together, and then right mouse button to lift. Got it right this time. And then left mouse button, we can bring you back in like this, and then left mouse button also. One smooth movement brings you back in round there like that. Look at that. That's the bit that I really like. I do feel that you're less likely to drop the things with this new system. I'm guessing that's one of the reasons that they did it. Bring you back in there a minute, and then lower and take that one off like that. Okay. It's not the tidiest. It's definitely not the tidiest. I'm just going to leave that there a second, as what I'm wondering is, can I take these, carry them over, and drop them in over the sides of this one? I can. So we might be able to try and get all of these on here. Now, I did previously get the last tree all onto a small trailer. Most of it I put on by hand. Some of it I didn't. Some of it we put on... Right, that one's not even close to being on there properly. That's just causing a problem. This is just going to be messy like that. There we go. We put that one up onto there. So it's on. That one there is now not on properly. Oops. Right. You remember what I said about whether or not you've got a stronger grip? You do appear to have a stronger grip. They seem to be throwing around a lot easier than they were. Thinking we'll leave those last few and we'll... I don't know. Yeah, we'll leave a couple more. I'm going to try and put one more up on there, just like that. Okay, maybe we can do more. Oh, I managed to get all of them on there. Didn't take actually all that long. Right, I don't want to be on you. I want to go onto the tractor itself like that, and I want to put all the straps on all at once. Then... and get out of the tractor, and I want to come back over here. First thing I want to do is I want to lift that one up, swivel it around over this way a little bit, and go like that. A bit more, and then I want to lower you down. I'm going to put you there. I'm going to drop you right on top of the logs. I'm going to leave you there, and then we want to lift those up like that, and we can skip off, and we can skip into the tractor. So we can run this one. We're gonna test this now with some fast driving, just to sort of see what it's like. See if we get the, you know, we've got some sticks out the side there. We've got branches outside a little bit. We'll see how they catch, what they might do. This is going to be our last thing that we do today. Now we just want to go and sell this one. We got one more tree that we need to shift. I'm wondering how I'm going to do that tree. I was wondering if we ought to, like, try and do something a little bit different with it. Maybe see if we could drag the entire... because there is a thing in the shop that allows you to grab hold of a tree trunk, and move it like that. So I'm wondering if we could cut the tree down, if it would be possible for us to drag the tree all the way over to the sawmill and sell it as a whole tree and see what happens with that. So we'll have a look at that. We'll see if it's even a thing that we can do. Whoa, 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 whoa. No, 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 no. I went around the corner a little bit too fast. It's a bit top heavy with the crane up in the air. I'll do that again. Okay, it's not doing it at the moment. I've slowed down a little bit going up the hill. But it definitely started to tilt me over. Well, you've seen that. It's definitely started to tilt me over. There we go, look. So, we do have top heavy, and we are able to tilt the cranes over. So we got that to keep in mind. Now, where... Oh, it's along the bottom one here, isn't it? So we need to go down here, and I want to turn off this way. Turn round that way there, and easy. Okay, you really don't want to be stuck beside a driver like me, because, yeah, well, okay, I'll come clean here now. I don't actually drive like this in real life. Sen would kill me. Yeah, Sen would absolutely kill me. If I tried driving like this in real life, it wouldn't go well for me at all. Not even one tiny little bit. But we do know that we can have top heavy, and it's not great, so we have to be careful of that. Now, the other thing that we want to look at is this isn't actually the sawmill. I've gone to the wrong place. I went to the wrong one. I should have turned off there and gone up there, because that's the sawmill up there. So we need to carry on. Anyway, that container over there, I did test that container. The container doesn't actually do what you can jump through it. With the vehicles we got on the map at the moment, they don't have enough oomph to get a decent run up. So I need another car. I need a car mod or something that has been tweaked, and then as soon as I get a car mod that I think would be suitable, I will tweak the settings on it, because I can do that. That's within my capabilities. And once I've tweaked it a little bit, I will then jump that through the container. That's a promise. That is a solemn promise. I will jump it through the container, and we will... Oh, excuse me, I've got the hiccups again. We'll see what we can do. So this one right here, now remember, we don't just auto-sell the logs as we come through anymore. It does it a bit differently. You bring the logs over, and then you go to the sell sign down there. So I bring those to there like that, and I'm going to take the straps off a minute. But of course, the other thing that I want to find out, there is one more thing I want to find out, and that is, if I grab that one there, I'm going to put you over there a minute. Just leave you outside of the... excuse me. Right, we've left that one outside of the cell box for a minute. And there is our load. No, I didn't want to do that. I meant to do that. There. There is our load ready to sell. That is actually quite a nice picture right there. We will sell this lot a minute, and it sells automatically 7,312. But no, what I wanted to find out was if I drop this onto the ground, will it auto sell when it touches the ground? No, it doesn't. There is not an auto sell when it gets to the ground anymore. Which means that for like the auto load trailers, if you're auto unloading or something like that, that's going to make a difference. We can't sell there. There's no other sell point on this map by the look of it. It's just literally right onto there. We got to drop the stuff onto there, and then you go over here and you sell. You just press R. So there's 354 just for that bit. We had, I think it was 7 grand for the other one. It was pretty good, whatever it was. What about wood chips? Where do we sell the wood chips? I don't think we can sell them here at all. Not at the sawmill. You sell wood chips up at the biomass, the heating plant, which is that there, biomass heating plant. Used to, this was in FS15, but they changed it in FS17, didn't they? They joined the sawmill and the biomass thing together. But now we've got them separated again. Let me just have a look in, no, it's not on, it's this one here. Oh, I see, right, I don't know if you could click on them previously, I have no idea. Using the scroll mouse doesn't work on here to move it sideways, but it goes there. Wait a minute. Wood chips, sawmill. I'm guessing that the biomass heating plant comes under sawmill unless the wood chips are sold at the same spot right here. Either the wood chips are sold here, or let's just have a little look around. We're going to want to find out about wood chips, because we will be selling wood chips at some point. There's nothing here. And you've got... Well, you've got this... Oh, no, here we go. There's the wood chips. Right, so what's the biomass heating plant for? There's a curiosity for us. What is the biomass heating plant for if it's not for here? Anyway, that's for another time. I'm going to start driving back. That is for all for another time. We're not going to be doing that today. If you've enjoyed this episode, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.